Hi, this is Ivan Velez Jr., a video cartoonist from the Bronx here. I am interviewing one of my favorite people of all time, Fatima. How do you say last name? Schoenfeld?
Fa- Fatima Sambo Schoenfelder.
Fatima Sambo Schoenfelder. That's beautiful. Just rolls off the tongue. And I've known you for many years. We met at the Bronx Museum when we were both instructors there, and you have a really storied life. You've done so many things in music and art, and I'm just kind of happy and proud to know you. Because there's something about you that always makes me feel good, and I think you have a really wonderful energy that you should be very proud of. Fatima, can you tell me, of course, your name, but what kind of art do you really love to do now?
Well, I'm doing what I call craft applique,
Mhm.
um, foam craft feet, and it's pretty much the style that I've been using for my children's book and for my puppet shows that I've been working on lately.
That's right. You're
It's
prof-
really fun to use that craft foam because it's very easy to cut. It's very vibrant in color. Just just a fun medium, you
yeah.
know. Yeah.
And your children's book too, huh? You're a children's book author. Do you
Yes.
have a show based on your children's book? That's pretty wonderful.
Yes. It's wild. It was nice to actually have a book before doing a show
Right,
that worked as a script.
right.
And if I need to show things, I just go through the book and it kind of explains itself. So it was pretty amazing. It's a journey using the children's book to start a puppet show. That might be something that I want to kind of play with in the
Right.
forward, create a book, do a show.
Okay, so here comes question number one. What's your connection to the Bronx?
Well, I've lived in the Bronx for a good chunk of my life. Um, my mom and dad moved to the Bronx in about 1980,
Wow.
and we've been there pretty much ever since. And it's one of those boroughs that gets uh, not enough love, not enough attention, or at least it gets the wrong kind of attention. There's a lot of love there in the Bronx.
There is. There is.
And, just being in the Bronx to me is just like being in a familiar home, familiar space.
How are you feeling about the world these days?
The world. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I've kind of focused in on my own world
Right.
and not stretch out too far into the world outside of me just because there's a lot going on.
Right.
So sometimes it gets a little overwhelming trying to catch up or keep up with everything that's happening. And so just focus in on myself. you know, and not in a selfish way, just in a way of kind of like preserving.
So,
Yeah.
in the state of the world today, can art help?
Oh yeah. I mean, art is always very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And even when you're not looking for it, it comes to you. It surrounds you, you know?
Yeah.
It's it's like a silent reminder. I mean, sometimes it is loud, but I like it when art just kind of follows you or finds you when you least expect it.
Okay, so what was it about? What's the importance of art in your life?
Oh, art art I think is my life. I mean, ever since I was little, I went to back in the day, people would say like the 80s might have been rough in 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 the Bronx or whatever, but that's where I got my arts education at PS 156, you know, Benjamin Banneker right there at 156 and what is it, concourse, and it was a school that was more or less a music and arts school before it really was a music and arts school, and that was basically grades 1 to 5. And then after that, I went to IS 139 Alexander Berger in the South Bronx. And that was they called it then the South Bronx Community Action Theater. And that was grades 6 to 8. And that was all in the Bronx, all art, all love. And I would say having the right teachers recognize and help push you forward, towards the talents that they see in a child is important, Yeah.
What was it about art that attracted you in the first place?
You mean as a human, or?
Well, I guess as a kid or as a human, what was it about it at the first time? Why did you get so attracted to it? What was it that attracted you?
I think it was easy.
Oh.
I think art in many formats, whether it was dance. I did dance in elementary school. I did visual arts. I did vocal. I didn't do too much. Well, I tried to do piano, but that was probably a thing that wasn't too easy for me. Right. But I would say I do play guitar, though. I would say just like in general, even though the language may be slightly different in all of those different forms, right, it was easy for me to just like get into the groove, Yeah. I didn't find it to be I didn't find it to be hard. It was just easy. That's the best way I could describe it.
That's very nice.
Not easy like, oh, this is gonna be simple, because it's always work that you gotta put into it.
Right.
It felt like the right place to be. Yeah.
Who was your biggest artistic influence out of all those people?
I had a few. My first grade teacher.
That's nice.
Yeah, Mr. Pollock was pretty cool. With him, he used to have like what was those cuts you would put like with paper underneath, and then you would like shade it. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what it was called.
Paper underneath.
Like with P or with other celebrities, and you would just slide a piece of paper between 2 sheets of cardboard, and the top cardboard would have like a cutout of a shape or a celebrity or somebody. And I used to do those with different color pencils and shades, and that was fun. And I remember he used to do these dolls. Either they were dolls or they were like piggy banks. Well, they weren't paper dolls. It was kind of like we used an old coffee container or old oatmeal container.
Okay.
And then you would put like a strip of paper on the top to like draw a little face, and then you put like fabric on the other half, and it'll be like a doll, and put some top, and we would do that. And he was probably one of the first people who even in a weird way showed me puppetry, but I wasn't really thinking about it until now, because he also showed us how to use pantyhose and stuff it with cotton balls, and then we would have like sewing needles and make like basically we were kind of making Cabbage Patch Kid like puppets in a way.
Right.
And we did all of this in first grade, like first, second grade. My third grade teacher was pretty cool too. That was Mr. Bravo.
Wow.
And he introduced us to Picasso, and he started introducing us more to like fine arts that you would find in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Yeah. But one of the first pieces was a Picasso piece. I can't pronounce the name of it. I think it's like Guerrera or something like that. It's the one that has to do with the war.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. So that was like one of the first pieces that my third grade art teacher showed us. And I remember that being very powerful.
What is your least liked aspect of art culture?
Least liked aspect of art culture,
Yeah,
the fake elitists.
thank you.
Yeah. That's my least liked aspect. Fine, go to college, grab the vocabulary. I get you.
Right.
But I'm not really interested in people who try to use art or art language as a weapon to,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like to separate others.
right.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
You make people feel less than.
Yeah,
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 it happens a lot.
you know.
Yeah,
I, I don't care if you I don't care if you want to make your wall full of polka dots and then you want to talk about, how these polka dots are connected to the DNA strands of life. I don't care about that. Just make it so that people of all races, of all cultures can walk into a space and say, "Oh wow, this is cool." And explain it in their own way without having to feel as though they need a college degree to speak about your art.
What is your favorite part about culture? Art culture. What is your favorite part of it?
My favorite part about art culture is when, I got one. It's when you're walking into something for the first time
Mhm.
and you're taken aback by it.
Ooh,
Like you're minding your own business,
yeah,
walk into the space, and then you just get hit with inspiration. And you don't even know exactly where it's all coming from. You just know that whatever it is that's in front of you has just shifted you. And that probably then becomes a new path that you create
that's
for
nice.
yourself or for the people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question. What is your dream creation to come?
This is my dream. I would love to open a puppetry arts center
Oh, very nice.
uptown. So it would be like Harlem, Bronx, because a lot of puppetry that takes place in the city is downtown or in Brooklyn. And, the people are beginning to look a little more like us, but it's still
Yeah.
not, And so I would like to bring puppetry to us. Yeah.
Thank you. That was it. That was it. We're done. I did a
Yeah.
sketch to show you that really
Oh
fast.
my gosh.
Doesn't look like you, but it looks like you.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. You're right.